The whole of Europe is talking about it. After a hard-fought 1-0 victory over Tottenham, Chelsea are once again making headlines across the continent. From Spain to France, from Italy to Germany, the European press has reacted with admiration, surprise, and even a touch of fear for what this Chelsea side is becoming under Enzo Maresca. João Pedro's goal, Moisés Caicedo's brilliance, and a rock-solid team performance have captured the attention of every major sports outlet. Today, we're diving into how the biggest newspapers in Europe, Marca, L'Equipe, Sky Sport Italia, and Kicker, describe Chelsea's victory and the growing power of the Blues. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's see what Europe had to say about Chelsea's statement win in the London derby. And the Spanish newspaper Marca headlined, João Pedro's recovery puts Chelsea ahead in yet another derby. And the paper wrote, Marca highlighted João Pedro's remarkable comeback as the turning point for Chelsea in this London derby. After weeks of fading form since his arrival during the Club World Cup, the Brazilian finally rediscovered his spark, and with it, delivered victory for the Blues. A hard-fought 1-0 win over Tottenham. The newspaper pointed out that this wasn't the most frenetic derby in recent memory, but it showcased a more mature, confident, and composed Chelsea side. Enzo and Nito both had clear chances to extend the lead, yet the control of the match always remained in Chelsea's hands. Marca also praised the team's defensive solidity under Pochettino, noting that Tottenham failed to truly test Robert Sanchez again after conceding. With this result, Chelsea secured their third consecutive win at the Spurs Stadium. A statement of strength and a clear sign that the Blues are fighting their way back toward Champions League contention. And the French newspaper L'Equipe headlined, João Pedro secures Chelsea's victory in the derby against Tottenham. And the paper wrote, L'Equipe praised Chelsea's discipline and precision under Enzo Maresca after a hard-fought 1-0 win in the South London derby against Thomas Frank's Tottenham. The Blues triumphed at the Spurs Stadium thanks to a decisive goal from João Pedro, set up by a moment of magic from Moisés Caicedo, who dazzled the defense with two brilliant dribbles before delivering the perfect assist. As the final whistle blew, Tottenham's fans voiced their frustration with loud boos echoing around the ground. The French outlet highlighted Marc Cucurella's flawless marking on Mohamed Kudus, which completely neutralized Spurs' attacking threat. They failed to produce a single shot on target until the 45+6-minute mark. Meanwhile, Captain Reece James led by example, showing intensity and leadership, and even calling for a red card after a rough challenge from Bentancur. But the moment that defined the match came in the 34th minute. Caicedo's incredible recovery, a double dribble past Tottenham's defense, and a perfect setup for João Pedro, who fired home with his right foot to seal the victory. L'Equipe described it as a show of class, teamwork, and rising confidence from a Chelsea side that continues to grow stronger each week. SI and the Italian outlet Sky Sport Italia headlined, Tottenham 0-1. Chelsea Spurs boot off the pitch after suffering a fifth straight defeat to their London rivals. And the paper wrote, Sky Sport. Italia reported a night of frustration for Tottenham and pure satisfaction for Chelsea, as the Blues secured their fifth consecutive victory over their London rivals with a decisive first-half strike from João Pedro. The defeat left Spurs walking off to loud boos from their home supporters at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The Italian outlet emphasized how Chelsea's dominance could have easily produced a larger scoreline. João Pedro's breakthrough in the 34th minute came after a moment of brilliance from Moisés Caicedo, who won the ball back with aggression and flair before setting up the Brazilian perfectly. Sky also pointed out how pivotal Caicedo's role was in the win, quoting Jamie Carragher, who described the Ecuadorian midfielder as a monster in the middle of the park. His relentless energy and precision allowed João Pedro to end his 10-game goal drought across club and country. With this result, Chelsea climbed into the top four race, continuing their steady rise under Enzo Maresca. Tottenham, on the other hand, were left searching for answers, and hearing the echo of their fans' discontent as another London derby slipped away. And the German outlet Kicker headlined, João Pedro scores and misses. Chelsea win the London derby against Spurs. And the paper wrote, Kicker highlighted a night of redemption and resilience for Chelsea, who came out on top in the London derby with a 1-0 victory over Tottenham. Despite missing a few chances, João Pedro emerged as the match's hero, the man who made the difference when it mattered most. The German publication noted that Chelsea started the match with intensity and confidence, fielding a lineup similar to the one that edged out Wolverhampton 4-3 in the EFL Cup. João Pedro led the attack alongside Garnacho and Pedro Neto, showing constant movement and hunger. After seeing his first shot stopped by Vicario following great play from Garnacho in the 20th minute, João Pedro didn't waste the next chance. Just moments later, Moises Caicedo intercepted the ball twice, first from Spence, then from Van de Ven, before setting up João Pedro, who finished calmly into the back of the net in the 34th minute. Kicker added that Chelsea could have gone into halftime with a bigger lead, but Vicario denied João Pedro's second goal with a brilliant reflex save in the 43rd minute. Meanwhile, Tottenham struggled to create danger, managing only 2 efforts from Kudus, 32, 45 plus 6, and surviving a reckless challenge from Bentancur, who was shown a yellow card just before the break. The report concluded that Chelsea looked sharper, more organized, and far more determined, with João Pedro's performance symbolizing a growing sense of belief within the squad as they push higher up the Premier League table. And there you have it, the reaction from across Europe to Chelsea's latest triumph. From Spain's excitement about João Pedro's revival, to France's praise for Caicedo's genius, Italy's focus on Chelsea's dominance, and Germany's admiration for the team's discipline, one thing is crystal clear. Chelsea are back on the rise, stronger, smarter, and hungrier than ever. The Blues are earning respect across the continent, one match at a time, and if this form continues, the message to Europe is simple. Chelsea are coming. If you enjoyed this video, leave your like, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications, and tell me in the comments, which European headline impressed you the most? I'm your name or channel name, and this was the European media reaction to Chelsea's 1-0 victory over Tottenham. Until next time, up the Blues.